You got two people on side of the road hitchhiking. Yeah. You got one is Jesus. The other one is the devil.
Come on.
Now, the Jesus has on a quilt with sandals. The devil has on a gold chain.
Yeah.
Gold teeth.
Come on.
The devil has on all the materialism. They passing up Jesus and picking up the devil. Because they know if they stopped and picked up Jesus, Biscuit, he gonna say, hey, man, throw that beer out the car. Hey, put that weed out, man. Hey, hold on, man. We ain't listen to this type of music. Where we going, man? They don't want the discipline. They don't want the structure.
Langford Cunningham. But boy, the text line is going crazy. People just love him. What a great message.
Love a straight talker.
St. Louis man says he had to lose his sight in order to find his vision.
See, today we forgot about the message. We have to get back to a message.
And it's the commercialization and exploitation of our culture that continues this vicious cycle of death, darkness, and destruction.
Got a lot of the females rapping today, okay? They twerking, they're doing prostitution on records, leading little girls into the strip clubs. That leads into human trafficking. They don't promote Taylor Swift like that. Right. But our black women gotta get prostituted in the industry.
All the burgers, boy, the baby mamas, man, they feed their kid nuggets, french fries. You telling me they are putting poison in their mouth?
I'm telling you, it's a weapon of mass destruction.
Elon Musk made a comment that hands up, don't shoot. It was a hoax. How you feel about that, Mike Brown Sr.?
Those words would have never been said if that would have never happened to Mike Brown Jr. So what you saying? What happened to Mike Brown Jr. was fake? Hey, people be playing with the wrong folks, man.
They left the responsibility onto you to search for your daughter. You didn't get no assistance from the police department. You didn't get no assistance from the political officials.
No, I did not.
Let's elaborate more on this service station.
A human trafficking ring that was going on at that mobile. They arrested the guy, and as soon as he got out, the station was back open once again.
It's the Blind City Podcast takeover, you know?
You know who the most dangerous man in the world is?
Who?
A blind man with vision. Thank you. Reba Dirty.
My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the U.S. Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment.
What?
Charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
What?
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation.
These are the black celebrities you like to worship in our community.
As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy.
These are the fools you play on the radio all day.
To carry out criminal activity.
When are we going to change our community with
labor,
righteousness?
Kidnapping, arson.
We love black celebrities.
Obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit
love
more
them
about
too
the charges.
damn much when they not doing right in the community.
That Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years.
He also got Tupac killed.
As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers.
Stop it, Maestro. This is what I'm talking about. You don't know these black celebrities. You just hear their music. You see their videos. You do not know these people. You can easily be misled. That's why you need to follow God, not man. See, when you follow man, that's when you start falling into a manhole. Then you're climbing out the depths of hell. Because now you're playing with Satan because he fooled you. Put your focus on God, not man. Black radio stations, you play black gossip, black celebrities all damn day. We need awareness in our community. We need stop the violence campaigns in our community. Sex trafficking campaigns. Sex trafficking is an issue now. You know why? Because it's a black celebrity. Now it's a big issue. If P. Diddy never done this, then who said he done it? He still got to fight for his right to be innocent. But we saw the tape what he did with Cassidy. He came out of that bath towel, threw a vase at her, and dragged her. So we know he ain't righteous. No Diddy. No Diddy. No Diddy. You never know who these people are. Power, money is a devil's playground if you don't have God in your life. And Puffy did use the word God. He's Mr. Love, changed his name, always talked about God. Always, they thank God on back of their album covers, on back of their music. They talk about God. When they receive a Grammy, oh, thank God. But because they thank God and talk God, don't mean they walk like God. That's what you have to understand. You don't talk about God, you walk like God. You don't talk about Jesus, you walk like Jesus. That's what I'm talking about. That's the difference. You don't believe no fool because he mentions God in his music, mentions God when he receives an award on stage. Does he move like God? Is he changing the community? Or is he separating people? Is he misleading people? Is he talking about sex? Creating dirty thoughts in your mind? Or is he bringing positivity thoughts in your mind, telling you to become a believer and get out into these streets and feed the homeless? Go to the juvenile detention centers and talk to the youth. Get into the schools and help the kids. Or are they singing bump and grind? Or are they singing materialism, what clothes to wear, what liquor to buy? That's all they play on the radio. They killing us. They're not inspiring us. BlindCityPodcast.com. We be right back after these messages. BlindCityPodcast.com, ABC 30 TV. Man, what a year we're having. We got the big election. Vice President Harris going against Trump. They throwing blows to blows. It's going to come down to the wire. Isn't that sad that it has to come down to the wire? That people can't recognize evil between righteousness? America, how far have we really came? Don't we know racism? Don't we know people that's trying to make a better place for everybody to live in? Or do we just want a place where certain people can live in? We're going to find out with this election what America really feels. I just hope we're not disappointed. But I have a very special guest just pulled up to the city. He does a lot for the community. He does a lot for the industry. Speaking of industry, we have a lot going on. We have a lot going on. And I had to make the phone call to a friend who's been in this record industry, far as I know it, and far as I have known him back in the days of the Animal House, over 35, 40 years. Heavy D and the Boys, Dougie Fresh, Will Smith and Fresh Prince. Well, Will Smith is a Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. I'm sorry. When they were broke, when they were coming up. But he's ran into a lot of these artists and helped a lot of these artists come through hip hop in their early stages of their career. Now they are very successful. They're doing movies. They have their own businesses. They are either millionaires, billionaires, entrepreneurs. But now we're going to talk with Biscuit. Just rolled up to the city. How you doing?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you again.
Oh, man. Well, you know, you see me, but I don't see you, brother. But you sound good.
Yes,
sound
yes,
good.
Sir.
Biscuit, let's get right to it, man. Our community, man, we love music. Matter of fact, rest in peace to Frankie Beverly.
Yes.
Legend. Dignity.
Man.
Made music to inspire people.
Yes.
I wish we can get back to that. Yeah, Frankie Beverly made music that was inspirational to a people in our community that represented the struggle. Rich Homie Quan, may you rest in peace.
Yes.
Also, we got to do something about this drug addiction in our community, people. We got to do something. Biscuit, you work with a lot of these at-risk youth.
Yes, sir.
That come out of these streets with no hope. And when you see these rappers go through some of these same struggles, even with the success they're having, they still deal with some of them struggles from the streets.
Yeah, they do.
What do you have to say about that?
Mental health. Bottom line. A lot of the situations is from when there were kids coming into growing into their inspiring what they wanted to be in life or whatever, and those baggages never got dealt with. They just went straight to, hey, now I got fame, but never dealt with those issues. So now that the world pulls on you, now it's like, oh, I'm doing too much. Oh, I can't take it. And now you got to take these drugs, alcohol, and all this stuff just to numb it. And now we got the big mess we got, because the addressing of the mental health is not getting dealt with at the young age. And that's why I do what I do through the foundation.
Biggie. More money, more problems. He said that.
Yep.
Before, we lost him on that fatal day to that tragic shooting. And he spoke on that. More money, more problems.
Yes, sir.
Do you think more money, more problems, it goes back to what you just said?
It does.
The mental health. Even though you make a lot of money, that doesn't fix the problems you're having as a person in the inside you're dealing with. One thing I noticed today, it's a lot of women out here fixing up the outside of who they are.
You're right.
But they're not fixing up the inside.
Correct.
And out of that, we're having broken relationships and situationships and babies coming into the world angry because the parents can't get along. What does it take for us to look at the inside of who we are? When do we get tired of looking at the physical and concentrate on the mental?
Well, for me, when I'm trying to install in these youth, first of all, we got to get the Spirit of God in us, point blank, plain and simple. A lot of the emptiness that a lot of people are feeling, especially these youth, they have no relationship with Christ. So we got to get to that part, and start understanding ourselves from that point, of who we are and what we're trying to be. But at the end of the day, the gifts that we have, everybody starts thinking like, oh, I just came up with this. No, that was a gift that God gave you. Let's get round to it. Me doing protection, way I do it, as good as I am in it, that's God's gift. He knew that that's what I would be. We got these artists that are great singers, poets, athletes, all that stuff, because they're gifts. Those are God gifts. And at the end of the day, when we stop to realize that all the things that we keep facing, it's all about just having faith and prayer and then using those conversations. See, God is the greatest therapist there is. When you can pray about what you're going through and what you're feeling, now you may go talk to a flesh-on-flesh conversation eye to eye with somebody. But when you go to God first, he's going to bring it on. That's what I install in these youth. Have faith. Understand that you can have a conversation with a regular human being, but if you can't have that spiritual conversation, then you're going to stay lost. So that's why I come in.
But a majority of them can't, Biscuit.
Yes,
you have these kids now. No, I'm not saying it's not gainable.
Yeah.
I'm saying these kids say on God now. Man, I just had some weed last night on God. I just got some ass last night on God. They using God's name, brother.
But they're using
on
it.
vain. What they're doing in the community, that's wrong.
Right.
And they're endorsing it by God.
No. They're endorsing it because that demon is telling them to say that. Let's just be honest. That on God, they know that.
Come on, Biscuit. Bring it out. Come on, Biscuit. Let's talk.
That's that whole demonness of what the devil wants them to believe. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the devil is running our community right now.
And now that's why people like myself, you, and many other like-minded that God put in this position, that's why we're taking it all back right now, because he's taking it all back. And that's why we're able to be the voice now. That's why we're able to do the defeating and putting all the energy and everything we got into the community, because we got to now bring back what God has already created for all mankind, for us to work together, love on one another. So here we are. It's just going to take its course. It ain't going to happen overnight.
Biscuit, you got two people on side of the road hitchhiking. Yeah. You got one is Jesus. The other one is the devil.
Come on.
Now, the Jesus has on a quilt with sandals. The devil has on a gold chain.
Yeah.
Gold teeth.
Come on.
The devil has on all the materialism. They passing up Jesus and picking up the devil. Because they know if they stopped and picked up Jesus, Biscuit, he gonna say, hey, man, throw that beer out the car. Hey, put that weed out, man. Hey, hold on, man. We ain't listen to this type of music. Where we going, man? They don't want the discipline. They don't want the structure. But they don't find out until they crash out. And then they hear God say, do you hear me now? Hear me now. Why does it take for some of us to crash, Biscuit?
Because it's all part of his plan. Because I crashed.
Everybody's journey different.
Right. I crashed.
How did you crash, Biscuit?
Oh, man. I crashed bad. I lost everything.
How, Biscuit? You was running. Biscuit, let's go back. Let's go back.
Before that.
Is it before the Animal House? It was before the Animal House.
Yes. I was trying to.
Expound.
I was basically trying to be the streets, you know? I thought I could be that gangster, that big drug dealer. I did all those things. And every day, every time I kept going through it, somebody got locked up, somebody got killed. And God kept saying to me, I'm giving you your sign. I'm giving you your sign. And that one last situation that happened when I lost one of the homies, that was my wake-up call, because actually that bullet was meant for me. But God spared me. And at that point in time, I had to wake up. Now, I had a lot of wake-ups after that. You know, don't just say it just started there, because, you know, we got that part where okay, I'm here now, and then I can just walk away. And then God was like, nah, I got bigger plans for you. And now here I am, 59, doing some incredible things for God.
You done traveled all over the world, bitch.
Been everywhere. Been everywhere. And if it wasn't for God having his hands on me and sparing me to be at this point, so now I can inspire others, not just the youth, anybody that needs inspiring, to say, listen, he's at work and he's doing some incredible things. So let your life just be surrendered to him and watch what he do. And right now, that's what this foundation is about, right? It's about saving lives.
Yeah, about saving lives. You're right, Biscuit. We talked about that when you brought DMC into town. People remember that last interview we did last year during the summer. You got a big event coming up again.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that once we come back from these messages. This is BlindCityPodcast.com, ABC 30 TV.
Yeah. Hello. What you thought? Get my dip on, slide to my slip on. What you wearing, dog? Sketches. Bopping to the beat with some sketches on my feet. Sketches. I get my dip on, slide to my slip ons. What you wearing, dog? Sketches. Bop to the beat with some sketches on my feet. And what you wearing? Sketches.
Welcome to Howard University.
ABC 30 TV. I'm with the road manager, Biscuit, who's been in the record industry for over 35, 40 years. My Bag Foundation has saved several kids' lives, resources, clothing, shoes. What else have you done for these children in our community, Biscuit, through your organization?
Well, we put a lot of focus on reading literacy as well as mental health, and collaborating with a lot of different organizations that we can fill the gaps in those resources. So it doesn't really matter what organization, what they're doing. We just come together and fill those gaps, because you never know what may be needed. So, but what the reading literacy and mental health part is one of the big things right now, because DMC, his children book, he puts that in all the luggage of the kids that we end up giving bags to in foster care or the group home or even the homeless youth. And so we teamed up with other organizations such as Ready Readers and I believe Pop-Up Library and they put books in there as well. And so we get that part going. So what we're going to have on October 31st, instead of trick or treat, we're doing treat and read at the Machinist Hall. And it's from, I think, 4 to about 8 o'clock. And DMC will be there reading his children's book. And then we have a young lady named Zora Doherty who wrote a book about broken promises, the things that she's been going through as a young lady with broken promises. I think it's more about her father and how she adapts to that, and letting other youth know, like, hey, we may go through this, but we can overcome it. And her book is incredible, and I believe it's going to be an awesome event. And we also teamed up with Dr. Sanders from I think it's Room 9 at PBS. So he'll be there doing some things, and we got plenty of candy and everything for the kids, so they ain't got to be going not door to door. We also got a few more spots open for some vendors that cater to youth. We're looking for youth vendors. So those things are going on. You can go to our website, mylifeinthebagfoundation.org, and you can sign up there. The next day, we're doing a mental health day. Let's talk mental health. DMC wrote a book called 10 Ways Not to Commit Suicide. And he's been going around doing a lot of lectures on it. So he teamed up with the foundation to be a part of that. We have Lawrence Maroney coming, Shanetta Blue. We have a few other artists that's coming, Bernadette, Wells, that's it, Bernadette Wells, she'll be speaking. And we have a few more artists that we can't announce right now, but it's all about mental health and speaking about how we can help our youth and what we were just talking about, what's going on in the community. And they're not addressing these youth issues that now they become athletes and entertainers and they crash on us. Well, this is what's going to get addressed. And both of those events are free. And then on November 2nd is our gala, our second annual Sneaker Ball Gala. And a lot of surprises will be there, artists that'll be there to perform, and also not just performing, but speaking about how they support My Life in the Bag Foundation and everything that we're doing, and how they see the impact that it's going to help change the world. So
you're getting bigger and better, brother. God is definitely working with you, and your wife is also working with you with the organization as well.
Yeah.
I heard great things about her, what she's doing with you. And it's good to show our young people that Black love still exists.
Yes, sir.
Biscuit. How did you get the name Biscuit?
Oh, man. Rest in peace, Kango.
UTFO.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
He gave me the name. We was all on tour. I think it was Heavy D and the Boys, Salt and Pepper, who else? The Fat Boys, Curtis Blow. All of us was on tour, and I was the security for UTFO. And Kango just loved joining on everybody. So he just happened to say this joke, and I laughed. And then he said, "What you laughing for?" Something like buttermilk biscuit, like that. And everybody kind of laughed. And I kind of said, Kango used to have that bad acme. And I used to say, "Stop if I play Dr. Dot on your face." So they got everybody laughing.
Right.
And then from there, it was like, Kango was like, "You know what? I like that name, Biscuit, but I'm not going to call you a food name. I'm going to call you B-I-Z-K-I-T-T. B-I-Z meant I was always taking care of business. And then K-I-T, he felt like, man, every time we look up, you're getting it done. So we put it together and we got Biscuit.
Oh, Biscuit. Okay.
Yeah, B-I-Z-K-I-T-T.
That's original.
Right.
Rest in peace, Kango,
Yes.
man. He don't get his props today in hip-hop like he should.
Yes.
Well, yeah, man, you're doing a great job here at Blind City Podcast. We're going to support you, whatever you got going on, like we support people that's making a difference in our community. And like I tell people, if you don't get an invitation to Blind City, that means you ain't making no damn difference in our community, okay?
Right.
But, and what's the dates again of that event?
October 31st will be the Treat and Read at the Machinist Hall.
Mm-hmm.
November 1st will be at the Next Time Cafe, our mental health from 6 to 8 o'clock. And then on November 2nd at Orlando's off of 27 in Dorset Road will be our gala. And again, you can get all the information on our website, mylifeinthebagfoundation.org. And we could use your support. It takes $250 just to do one bag for a kid, and that's providing the luggage and all the essentials in it. So for the gala, that's what we're asking for. For one seat, you will be sponsoring one kid. And there are also sponsorship package that goes up a little higher, but listen, just coming and just spending that $250, you just sponsored one kid. So
let's do it, St. Louis. You buy your kids PlayStation 5s and them new Xboxes, you can buy a damn bag for a kid. Thank you for coming to the city, Biscuit.
Most definitely, brother.
BlindCityPodcast.com. BlindCityPodcast.com. We're going to continue to make change in our community. Thanks to Biscuit for pulling up to the city. We need more people like Biscuit in our community to make that difference in St. Louis. Because right now we need it, people. There is an emergency in these streets. We are in need of change. And the change may not come from these present politicians. The change may not come from these pastors in the churches in our community. You know what change begins with? Yourself. We cannot create change until we change ourselves. That's when change will start happening in these streets. My name is Layford Cunningham. I had to lose my sight to find my vision because so many of you don't have no damn vision and you got sight and you're lost. You're on a one-way street to hell. BlindCityPodcast.com.
What's up, BlindCityPodcast.com? It's your girl, Michaela McGee. When I'm just chilling, hanging out, I love to listen to BlindCityPodcast.com. They bring all of the real. We talk about community, real issues going on affecting real people. Make sure that you guys are listening to BlindCityPodcast.com.
If you found this content helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City, the podcast.